Linda is 67 years old. She spent 31 years as a school librarian in Connecticut. Loved her job. Loved her town. Loved her neighbors. Then she retired. Month 1. Social Security check hits. $1,620. She sat down to pay her bills. Rent, $1,450. Electric, $180. Car insurance, $210. Groceries, $380. Total, $2,220. She stared at that number for a long time. Then she called her daughter. "I don't know how I'm going to do this," she said. Her daughter said, "Mom, you don't have to stay." 18 months later, Linda lives in Knoxville, Tennessee. Her rent, $875 a month. Same size apartment, better neighborhood. Electric, $95. Car insurance, $118. Groceries, $240. Total, $1,328 a month. She has $292 left over every single month. After everything. She called her daughter again. "I should have done this 10 years ago," she said. Linda's story is not unusual. In fact, right now, thousands of retirees are sitting at kitchen tables across expensive states, doing the exact same math, and coming up short every single month. But here's what most of them don't know. The problem is almost never how much money you have. The problem is where you're spending it. Today I'm going to show you 10 cities where $1,500 a month doesn't just cover your bills. It actually feels like $4,000. Real rent prices, real grocery costs, real tax numbers. No fluff. And at the end, I'll walk you through exactly how to make this move, step by step. Even if you've lived in the same place for 40 years. If this sounds like something you or someone you love needs to hear, hit subscribe right now and turn on notifications. We do this every week. Real numbers, real cities, real answers. Let's go. Number 10, Lynchburg, Virginia, 145. Population, 82,000. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains. 4 seasons. Real winters, but manageable ones. And a cost of living that makes people from Northern Virginia want to cry because they stayed too long. The numbers. 1-bedroom apartment, $850 to $1,050 per month. Median home price, $215,000. Groceries, approximately 18% below national average cost of living index. 80.9, national average is 100. Let me put that index in plain English. Everything you buy in Lynchburg costs about 19% less than the national average. Groceries, haircuts, doctor visits, restaurants, all of it. Virginia does tax retirement income, but offers a $12,000 exemption per person for residents over 65. Social Security is fully exempt from state tax. Healthcare. Lynchburg General Hospital is a full regional medical center. You're not driving an hour for a specialist here. The trade-off, Lynchburg is not a glamour city. It's not going to show up in travel magazines. But for a retiree who wants a real community, 4 seasons, mountains nearby, and a budget that actually works, it punches well above its weight. Picture this. Saturday morning, farmer's market downtown, Blue Ridge Mountains in the background. Your monthly grocery bill is $60 less than it was last month. You buy a pie from a woman named Dorothy, who has been selling pies here since 1987. That's Lynchburg. Number 9, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 4 o'clock. Tulsa surprises people. It shouldn't, but it does. This is a real city. Art scene, restaurants, a genuinely revitalized downtown that has attracted serious investment over the past decade, a world-class art museum, a river, and prices that feel like they forgot to update since 2015. The numbers. 1-bedroom apartment, $750 to $950 per month. Median home price, $185,000. Groceries, approximately 22% below national average. Cost of living index, 83. Oklahoma doesn't tax Social Security. The state income tax tops out at 4.75%, and there's a $10,000 retirement income exclusion available per person. Property taxes in Tulsa are low, and the state offers additional property tax relief for seniors on fixed incomes. Here's the Tulsa thing nobody tells you. It has one of the best healthcare infrastructures of any mid-sized American city. Multiple major hospital systems, strong specialist networks. For retirees, that matters enormously. The downside, Oklahoma summers are hot. Not Georgia hot, not pleasantly warm. Hot. The kind of hot where your steering wheel becomes a personal threat. Tornadoes are real, though Tulsa itself sits outside the most severe risk corridors. But a one-bedroom apartment for $850 a month in a city with a real downtown, real restaurants, and a world-class medical system, that's not a compromise, that's a win. Number 8. Homosassa Springs, Florida, $615. You've heard of Florida. You probably haven't heard of Homosassa Springs. That's exactly why it works. While everyone else is fighting over Naples and Sarasota and paying $2,200 a month for the privilege, Homosassa Springs is sitting there quietly, doing Florida better and cheaper than most of Florida. The numbers. One-bedroom apartment, $863 per month average median home price, $220,000, cost of living index, 87.8 state income tax, 0. Florida takes nothing. No state income tax. No tax on Social Security. No tax on pension income at the state level. The Florida tax advantage is real, and Homosassa Springs gives you that advantage without the coastal price premium. The town sits on the nature coast, crystal clear springs, manatees, the kind of nature that costs nothing to enjoy and makes people from Chicago stand at the water's edge and seriously reconsider every life decision. Healthcare access has improved significantly as the Nature Coast corridor has grown. The proximity to larger Citrus County medical facilities covers most needs, with Tampa, a major medical hub, about 75 minutes south. The honest trade-off, Homosassa Springs is not a city. It's a community. If you need nightlife, a symphony, or a major airport nearby, this isn't it. But if your retirement looks more like mornings on the water and evenings on a screened porch, this place makes profound sense. And no state income tax, worth saying twice. Number 7. Huntsville, Alabama, $830. Huntsville is the retirement secret that people in Alabama don't want you to find out about. This is a real, functioning, growing city with NASA, a booming tech sector, excellent restaurants, and a downtown that has genuinely come alive over the past decade. And it still has Alabama prices. The numbers. One-bedroom apartment, $950 to $1,150 per month. Median home price, $295,000. Groceries, approximately 14% below national average, effective property tax rate, 0.41%. That property tax rate. Let's pause on that. 0.41%. On a $250,000 home, that's $1,025 a year in property taxes. That's $85 a month. Compare that to New Jersey at 2.49%, which would be $6,225 a year on the same home. That's $519 a month, just in property taxes. The difference between those two numbers is a car payment. Every single month, for the rest of your life. Alabama doesn't tax Social Security. Government and military pension income is fully exempt. Private retirement income gets favorable treatment. Healthcare in Huntsville is strong. The city has multiple hospital systems and a specialist network that reflects its status as one of Alabama's most economically dynamic cities. Summer heat is real and consistent, but for retirees trading brutal northeastern winters for warm weather and a fraction of the tax burden, the trade is hard to argue with. Number 6. Bowling Green, Kentucky, 1045. Bowling Green sits at the intersection of affordable and livable in a way that's increasingly hard to find in America. It's a university town, Western Kentucky University, which means better restaurants, more cultural programming, and a younger energy than you'd expect from a city of 75,000 people. The numbers: one-bedroom apartment, $800 to $1,000 per month. Median home price, $225,000. Groceries, approximately 16% below national average cost of living index. 84, Kentucky doesn't tax Social Security. Pension income up to $31,000. $110 per person is excluded from state income tax. The flat state income tax rate is 4%. Simple, low, predictable. Property taxes in Kentucky are among the lowest in the nation. The homestead exemption for seniors knocks a significant chunk off your assessed home value. Nashville is 65 miles north, close enough for a day trip to a major city when you want it. Not so close that Nashville prices have bled into Bowling Green's market. Yet. That yet is important. Bowling Green has been growing steadily. The prices that exist today won't exist forever. Retirees who get there first lock in the value. The downside: summers are humid. Winters bring real cold and occasional ice. If you've spent your life in the South, the Kentucky winter might surprise you. If you're coming from Minnesota, you'll think you moved to Florida. Number 5. Knoxville, Tennessee, 1245. Knoxville. This is Linda's city. And now, I'll show you why she made the right call. Knoxville sits at the edge of the Great Smoky Mountains, the most visited national park in America, which means on any given weekend, you have access to some of the most beautiful scenery in the eastern United States for free. The numbers: one-bedroom apartment, $875 to $1,100 per month. Median home price, $280,000. Groceries, approximately 12% below national average state income tax. 0. Tennessee has no state income tax. None. Not on Social Security, not on pension income, not on investment withdrawals. 0. Property taxes in Knox County run well below the national average. The Senior Property Tax Freeze program is available for qualifying residents. The healthcare infrastructure in Knoxville is genuinely excellent. The University of Tennessee Medical Center is a Level 1 trauma center with a full specialist network. For retirees making healthcare decisions, this matters as much as rent prices. The food scene has developed significantly over the past decade. The Market Square area downtown has real restaurants, real culture, real community. This is not a compromised city. It's a good city at affordable prices. The one genuine trade-off: Knoxville is growing. Fast. Prices are rising. The window where Knoxville offers this value won't stay open indefinitely. The retirees getting there now are ahead of the curve. Number 4. West Frankfort, Illinois. Wait. Actually, no. Let me give you something better than Illinois. Number 4. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, 1430. Mississippi gets dismissed. Constantly. And that dismissal is a financial gift to the retirees who look past the stereotype. Hattiesburg is a university town, University of Southern Mississippi, which gives it the same cultural energy advantage as Bowling Green. Real restaurants, real events, real community feel, and Mississippi prices. The numbers: one-bedroom apartment, $750 to $900 per month. Median home price, $175,000. Groceries, approximately 17% below national average cost of living. Lowest in the United States. Mississippi fully exempts retirement income from state income tax. Social Security, not taxed. Pension income, not taxed. 401k withdrawals, not taxed. Read that again, all of it. Not taxed. Property taxes are low. The homestead exemption is generous. And the overall tax environment for retirees in Mississippi is among the most favorable of any state in the country. Healthcare in Hattiesburg has improved significantly. Forest General Hospital is a regional medical center with a solid specialist network. For more complex care, New Orleans is 2 hours west. The honest truth about Mississippi summers: they are aggressively hot and humid. This is not a pleasant surprise kind of heat. It is committed, consistent, and personal. If you have any heat-related health concerns, this goes at the top of your research list. But $175,000 median home price, zero tax on retirement income, and enough money left over each month to actually enjoy retirement. That's the Mississippi math. Number 3, Cookeville, Tennessee, 1630. 2 Tennessee cities in the top 5. There's a reason for that. Cookeville is what Knoxville was 10 years ago, before people figured it out. Smaller, quieter, and priced accordingly. The numbers: one-bedroom apartment, $800 to $975 per month. Median home price, $260,000. Groceries, approximately 13% below national average state income tax. 0. Same Tennessee tax advantage as Knoxville. 0 state income tax on anything. Same senior property tax freeze program. But Cookeville sits in the Cumberland Plateau. Genuinely beautiful terrain. State parks everywhere. Waterfalls within 30 minutes. The outdoor quality of life here is extraordinary for anyone who values that. And Nashville is 80 miles west, close enough to use it, far enough to not pay for it. The Cookeville Regional Medical Center is a full-service hospital, not a Level 1 trauma center like UT Medical in Knoxville, but solid, comprehensive care for the vast majority of medical needs retirees actually encounter. This is where Karen and Bob from our last video landed. And I'll say it again, the best retirement decision of their lives. Could you live somewhere this quiet? Where the loudest Friday night sound is someone's wind chimes and a distant train. For some people, that's the nightmare. For the right retiree, it's exactly what they spent 35 years working toward. Number 2, Prescott, Arizona, 1815. Prescott is the curveball on this list, and it might be the most important one, because Prescott solves a problem that most affordable retirement cities don't. It's beautiful. Genuinely, undeniably, stop your car and stare beautiful. Mile-high elevation, ponderosa pine forests, 4 mild seasons, without brutal summers or severe winters, and prices that haven't yet caught up to what this city actually offers. The numbers: one-bedroom apartment, $950 to $1,200 per month. Median home price, $430,000. Higher, but read on. Groceries, approximately 8% below national average Arizona state income tax, 2.5% flat rate, one of the lowest in the country. Arizona doesn't tax Social Security. The flat 2.5% income tax rate is simple and low. Property taxes are moderate. The home prices are higher than others on this list, but Prescott draws retirees from California, Seattle, and Denver who are selling expensive homes and arriving with equity. The math still works dramatically in their favor. Healthcare in Prescott is strong and growing. Dignity. Health Yavapai Regional Medical Center is a solid regional hospital. Phoenix, one of the best healthcare cities in the Southwest, is 100 miles south. Prescott Courthouse Plaza is one of the most genuinely pleasant downtown squares in America. Independent restaurants, local shops, live music on weekends, a community that has figured out what a good small city looks like. If your retirement vision involves natural beauty, mild weather, and a real community, Prescott belongs at the top of your research list. Number 1. Springfield, Missouri, 2000. Number 1. And here's why. Springfield, Missouri hits every metric that matters for retirement value. And it does it more consistently, more completely, and more affordably than anywhere else on this list. The numbers. One-bedroom apartment, $700 to $875 per month. Median home price, $195,000. Groceries, approximately 19% below national average cost of living index. 79. Among the lowest of any real city in America, Missouri doesn't tax Social Security for most retirees. Pension income receives significant exemptions. Property taxes are low. And the senior assistance programs in Missouri are genuinely comprehensive. Now here's what makes Springfield different from the other cheap cities on this list. It's actually a real city. Population 170,000. 2 universities. A genuine healthcare infrastructure. Mercy Hospital Springfield and Cox Medical Centers are both major regional medical systems with full specialist networks. For retirement healthcare planning, this is not a small detail. Real restaurants, real art scene, real airport, direct flights to multiple major cities. The Ozarks are 30 minutes away if you want outdoor beauty. Bass Pro Shops is headquartered here, if that tells you anything about the culture. Crime rates in Springfield are worth researching by neighborhood. Like any city, there are areas to avoid and areas that are genuinely safe and quiet. Do your homework on specific neighborhoods. But the overall picture, $195,000 median home price, $700 a month for a one-bedroom, a real hospital system, Social Security largely untaxed, grocery bills running 19% below average. Linda from Connecticut could live in Springfield on $1,100 a month and have $500 left over. That's not retirement survival, that's retirement. How to make the move. 5 steps, 2130. Okay, you've seen the cities. Now here's the part most videos skip. How do you actually do this? Step 1. Visit before you commit. Spend at least 1 week in your top 2 cities before making any decisions. Not a weekend. A week. Walk the neighborhoods. Shop at the grocery stores. Drive to the hospital. Sit in the coffee shops. Talk to people. Feel what daily life actually feels like there. Many retirees choose the wrong city because they visited on a beautiful Saturday in October and didn't see what February looks like. Step 2. Research Medicare before you move. This is critical, and most people miss it. Your current Medicare Advantage plan may not be accepted in a new state. Before you move, contact Medicare directly and verify that your coverage transfers, or plan for a transition period where you shift to original Medicare plus a Medigap supplement plan. Moving states and losing healthcare coverage unexpectedly is a real problem with a simple solution. Research it first. Step 3. Rent first. Don't buy. When you arrive in a new city, rent for at least 6 to 12 months before buying, no matter how certain you feel. The city that looks perfect in week 1 sometimes reveals itself differently by month 4. Neighborhoods matter. Neighbors matter. Proximity to things you actually use matters. Rent first. Buy with information. Step 4. Sell smart. If you own a home in a high-cost state, you may be sitting on significant equity. A home that cost you $180,000 in 1998 in Connecticut or New Jersey or California may be worth $450,000 to $600,000 today. That equity, deployed into a $200,000 home in Springfield or Hattiesburg or Bowling Green, doesn't just cut your cost of living, it potentially eliminates your housing costs entirely and leaves capital in your pocket. Talk to a financial advisor and a tax professional before selling. The capital gains exclusion for primary residences, $250,000 per person, $500,000 per couple, is one of the most valuable tools in the retirement toolkit. Use it correctly. Step 5. Find your community before you need it. The biggest retirement mistake that has nothing to do with money. Moving somewhere where you know no one and expecting community to find you. It won't. Before you move, join the Facebook groups for that city. Attend a local church or community organization virtually. Find the local senior center online. Connect with people before you arrive. The retirees who thrive after a move are the ones who showed up with at least one connection already made. The ones who struggle are the ones who arrived, unpacked, and waited. Don't wait. So there you have it. 10 cities where $1,500 a month doesn't just cover your bills. It gives you room to breathe, room to save, and room to actually enjoy the retirement you worked your whole life to reach. From Lynchburg to Springfield. From Homosassa, Springs to Prescott. Real cities. Real numbers. Real lives that are being lived better because someone did the math and made the move. Linda from Connecticut did the math. She's in Knoxville now. $292 left over every month. Farmers market on Saturdays. Smokies on Sundays. She called her daughter last week. "I'm happy," she said. Actually happy. That's what this is really about. Now, I want to hear from you. Which city on this list surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you're currently living in one of these cities, tell us what it's actually like. Real people, real experiences. That's what this community is built on. If you want to go deeper, next week we're covering the 5 questions every retiree must ask before choosing a city to move to. The questions that most people skip and regret skipping. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. And if this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to see these numbers. It might be the most useful thing they see this week. This is State Report. We'll see you next week.